So it's like a. It seems like the Borderlands assassin is what the Interceptor's super is. Striking enemies while empowered will leave an after image. And it continues to do damage even after the Interceptor has moved to the next threat. Do you get to choose which one you want to... Which one is it? Hunter? So everybody starts out as a hunter. Haha, Hunter Master Race. Your sniper almost one-shot a boss. Ooh. Do you need grapes? Orange? Apple? Are you a monkey today? Do you need a banana? No? Are you a doggy? Do you need Scooby snacks? Yeah, you need Scooby snacks? Okay. Nice. I think the... Which one was I just looking at? The Interceptor seemed like the assassin hunter type. The Colossus seems like your Titan. And the Storm seems like your Warlock. But then there's a Ranger as well. Ranger ultimate is micro missiles. Full power activate. Identify and paint all threats in target area, then fire. So a Ranger is your what? In between a Interceptor and a Colossus. Storm ultimate is Elemental Storm. Will conjure an elemental storm at the target location and apply the matching effect to anyone's side. After a meteor will strike the area? What? Dealing massive damage and applying a chain combo? What? That's OP. A meteor? Storm allows for descending float to course correct your jump by tapping X. Warlock! Hold X to extend float time. Extra Warlock! Building your javelin. I need to go and watch some... What was it called? Eliza Thornberry. It's a Nickelodeon cartoon. Back when Steve Irwin was really big, there was Eliza Thornberry and her dad was Nigel Thornberry. And he covered all the animals, and they were a traveling family that basically ran a Discovery Channel. But you didn't see the Discovery Channel side, you saw the daughters point of view, and she had like magical powers from some amulet that she could talk to the animals. It was pretty cool. Anyway, point is, I feel like I should bring out my full Nigel Thornberry and read off each one of these journals. A javelin's appearance can be customized using the forge. New paint jobs and appearances options can be applied to suits, giving them a unique flair and style. It would be really cool if there was some kind of voice reading these off. Even have the option. I've been playing too much Ace Combat lately and they read everything for me. It's nice. Items in the vault. We get a vault. All collected items are found in a forest repository called the vault. Did we get access to said vault in demo? Defeating enemies creates a chance for a loot drop, so they pull Destiny's RNGesus. Harder enemies have increased chance of loot drop. So far, loot drop is base, loot drop, everything. Treasure chests have drop loot, so we have a reverse. Enemies give loot drop, treasure chests drop loot. Okay. Got it. Loot drops have a maximum rarity that is determined by the player's current pilot level. At level 1 through 9, drops are uncommon rarity. At level 10 through 19, they are rare. 20 through 29 are epic. And level 30 plus are masterwork. At the level 30 plus, there is a small chance that a legendary item will drop, instead of a masterwork item. See? There it is. The Traveler's Light crosses games. We will become legend. Well, Sonic's already legend, so this isn't new. My legend grows, as Shax would say. Not just any loading screen, a legendary loading screen. Cause what's good? New javelins are unlocked at levels 2, 12, 20, and 28. All those levels. Yep. At those levels, visit the Forge and choose between Colossus, Storm, or Interceptor. New javelins come equipped with common starting items based on a pilot's current level. Upgrading at the Forge. Equipment swaps and javelin upgrades can be done at the Forge once guns and gear are found in the world. As a pilot levels up, more javelin customization slots will unlock. Equipping higher level items will raise your javelin's power level, which is reflected as a rarity level. Higher level suits find rare and powerful items more often and can tackle missions at higher difficulty levels. Okay. So, get good, get better, basically. Expedition consumables, contracts. People you meet in Fort Terrace will sometimes need your help and offer you contracts. These contracts are repeatable, randomized expeditions. On occasion, people will offer you legendary contracts. These are far more difficult to complete, but provide far greater rewards. Duh. It better. Expedition consumables short-term boosts can be crafted on the launch platform that grant bonuses for a single expedition. I take it you didn't read this, did you? Well, that's what I'm here for, chat. The first slot opens at level 10. Expedition consumables. Along with some basic crafting blueprints. Additional slots unlock at levels 20 and 30. More blueprints can be unlocked by completing challenges. Free play allows you to explore the far reaches of the Bastion. Whether it's fulfilling contracts outside Fort Terrace or exploring the jungle for resources, you decide how you'd like to tame the wilds. During free play, you may encounter world events, gather plants and mineral resources needed for crafting, meet other friendly lancers, or even discover hidden secrets, waiting for a brave explorer to find. Once you've unlocked free play, you can launch an expedition at any of the free play start locations on the map. On any difficulty, free play cannot be experienced privately. RIP. To end free play, select End Expedition on your map. So you have to have somebody holding your hand in order to do free play. That's... what? Unless it's open world, that's boo. Let me read that again. Free play allows you to explore the far reach of the Bastion on your own terms. Whether it's fulfilling contracts outside Fort Terrace or exploring the jungle for resources, you decide how you'd like to tame the wilds. During free play, you may encounter the world events, gather plants and mineral and resources needed for crafting, meet other friendly lancers, or even discover hidden secrets awaiting for the brave explorer to find. Once you've unlocked free play, you can launch an expedition at any of the free play start locations on the map, at any difficulty. Free play cannot be experienced privately. So that's all it says. It's not private. Well, that's what I'm hoping. I hope it's not like you have to take somebody with you in order to be in this game mode. That would be terrible. You require a friend to unlock this area. I have no friends. No, but there are people out there that get on a new game, and it's like, I am the only person playing this game. I literally have no friends. Like Ace Combat, I think I have 2 people that came over from my D2 community that have Ace Combat and played with me. I've had a couple more from Stream Chat that I let play with me a couple times. I'm always wary about bringing people in from chat though. I've only had one person who really screwed it up, but everyone else has been cool. Oh. Okay. Good girl. We'll leave it off for now. Okay? It's just a light. My daughter's playing with my air filter fan thing. What is that thing called?
What? That's called?
A HEPA filter fan air cleaner. Okay, strongholds are some of the most challenging expeditions for freelancers. These threats to the Bastion are serious enough that they require a focused team of freelancers working together in order to succeed. Strongholds cannot be played privately, so strongholds are raids. Go back, go back, go back. I thought I did expeditions. Oh, yeah, I did strongholds too, I just didn't click it. Click it. Okay. Growing your legend. Kappa. Your alliance consists... Huh? Okay. Whoa. Okay, completing challenges unlocks special rewards such as blueprints and javelin upgrades. Javelin appearance options or coin. Feats. Other adventurous freelancers can perform feats in honor of the legionaries who fought alongside General Tarsus. Each feat builds a lancer's reputation and provides valuable XP. Feats are earned once per expedition and provide your group with added experience. Feats can be tracked through the cortex under challenges or through your inventory. Okay. Definitely keep an eye on your feats. Okay, freelancers. Where are you going? Independent lancers who choose to follow General Tarsus. Tarsus. And the path of valor. Vanguard. They silence cataclysms and aid those in need beyond the safety of the walls. Freelancers act without direct orders from any central organization, so there is no official code. The modern precipice. I give up. I can't English today. The values attributed to the Lothies, the freelancers, 3. Interesting. So they have the first 3 fire team, just like Destiny. Okay. Let's see. The next one is Dominion. The expansionist military regime from Stralheim that destroyed the city of Freemark when they attempted to control the Cenotaph with PH. So it's a cool place. You've been to this place? While their technological advances are most noteworthy, their methods have shown a little regard for life or individuality, so they're a hive. Military mind. The Dominion. Watch those guys. The Arcanists. Arcanists are scientists, researchers, and scholars who study the mysteries of the world from the wildlife to Shapur instruments. Shapur instruments. While some are found teaching the classrooms, others spend their lives solving shipper mysteries in the wilderness. They have long preserved the collected knowledge of humanity and consider their studies a spiritual and moral duty. Their destruction of the Library of Dunar, Arcanus published a common book of accumulated learning known as Concordance. It stands as their most prolific work, and new edition is published annually. Interesting. So there was a ancient library. So these guys are, what would you call, extremists, I guess? Religion. No, not really. Historians would be correct. Scientists, historians, yeah. Ascari. Why can't they just be straight with us? Making all these weird names up. Ascari, a scientist manifestation of a scar swarm. Once a swarm has reached a critical mass through consumption, it can spawn an Ascari, an advanced scar capable of speech, intelligent thought. Compared to regular scars, Ascari are individuals with unique thoughts and ambitions that are thought to lead to scar power struggles. These disputes make Ascari eager to augment and improve themselves as they see fit. The first Ascari was discovered at the battle for terraces, leading a coordinated attack on farmers burning the fields below the fort terrace. Okay, so they're like bugs. Scars. Colonial swarm of insects that mimics the dominant life form in an area. Scars first appeared from a cataclysm in 413 LV at the time. Freelancers defeated a large, vicious creature none of them recognized. Later unknown to freelancers, the Scar regrouped and changed their mimicry to appear human. As one of the first eyewitnesses stated, this wasn't just 4 or 5 insects, this was thousands, an entire colony working together to make arms and legs, to make heads and eyes, and they become people. Scars then hijacked Striders, cobbled together technology from scrap, and searched for Shaper relics. Inventive scavengers as they left nothing behind. Oh, yeah. As Arcanus researcher Hanny Blythe stated, empathy towards Scars is foolish, foolhardy. Their primary concern isn't domination or survival, but mindless, thoughtless consumption. They are a scourge and plague upon this world. So, Scars is... what was that? Disease from Halo? Was it Halo 1? No? Well, Halo's kind of where Destiny got its storyline from. Halo, I didn't really play all the way through the newer Halos, but the original one was the Earth, and then this Halo ring. You end up going to the Halo ring, beating a bunch of aliens, and finding a plague. Yeah, that's what it was called, the plague. So, Scars are a plague. A bunch of insects swarm together to look like things. Think Boogeyman from... what was that movie called? The Pumpkin King. Jack. A Nightmare Before Christmas. And we got Ciphers. Individual with a sensitivity to Anthem and creation, and are capable of telepathic communication and the highest mental calculation. Interesting. Many young people who are identified as having this unique gift undergo ember exposure and dedicated training to enhance their mental skills. Is it? Like my voice is cutting in and out? Really? Is that better? Okay. Interesting. I'll have to do a diagnostic on my headset again. It's when I'm talking quieter. I have my noise gate on, and I have a naturally quiet voice. Owen Corley. This looks like a face taken from IRL. Owen is a cipher who works out of the freelancer enclave in Fort Tarsis. Tarsis? I'm gonna just call it Tars. A small town on the frontier in the Bastion. Born into poverty, he was sent for cipher training at a young age when he first showed sensitivity to the Anthem. Owen spent most of his life studying at Brolin's Datomi in Helios. Okay. Owen is an adventurer and a mischief maker at heart. After leaving Broen, he traveled for a number of years, settling down in Fort Tars to work on freelancers. However, a few contracts when available have left him uninspired and dreaming of grander things. He longs to operate a javelin of his own. Interesting. What's good, warrior? Fauna. That sounds like plants. And grab it. It will begin this guide with a short examination of the seemingly harmless grabbit. My cousin had a pet grabbit once, and contrary to legend, it didn't steal shards or hoard treasure. My cousin liked it to dress it up like a baby and coo at it. And when you expressed my concern, she said that it grabbed. She said the grabbit liked it. Maybe it just put up with my cousin because it hoped she'd die soon and it could have a nice dinner. From A Guide to Living Things That Will Kill You by Tim and Betrock. Okay. Grab it, ladies and gentlemen. Scorpion. This should be pretty self-explanatory. Six-legged killing machine that is truly fascinating predators. You guys matched up? Oh, those things are called grabbits? Yes. Welcome to the info tutorial of Anthem. I haven't touched nothing yet. I'm simply going through the tutorial and reading everything for your viewing pleasure. And, you know, informative. Yeah. So grab your pens and papers, ladies and gentlemen, because school is in session. Continuing. Scorpions are not careful to hatch from their eggs until they sense that food is near. So scorpions are careful. These are creatures that have highly corrosive blood and two stingers that can shoot acid at prey, damaging even the thickest javelin armor. This acid is actually pre-digesting food for the scorpion, who is willing to share a meal with their siblings who may or may not be burrowing underground plotting a surprise attack. from Bastian's Amazing Animals by Venwick Croc. A wyvern. That sounds like a flying animal. Yep. Beautiful picture there. These are things that will kill you for food or self-defense. Then there's these elemental terrors that will kill you to appease their own malicious sense of humor. Not only will they rain fire from above, but they will sneak up behind you and then rain fire from above. Luckily, you can listen for their distinctive shriek and take cover. If you can find cover, what if you don't have cover? What if you're all alone with no hope of rescue? My professional advice is just stay home in the first place. There are so many better things to do. From a guide to living things that will kill you by Timon Betruk. You're level 12 and you got the Colossus. Nice. Nice. So you can tell me what I need to do when I start this and where all the little secrets are. Shockbriar. A remarkable plant that seems to have a unique reaction to chimeric alloys. Instead of collecting to the chimeric energy in one place, it builds up chimeric tension that results in a mild electric shock. Various arcanists have attempted to harness shockbriar energy, but the result, even if woven into technology, is a nasty rash for all those who come in contact with it. There is a large and beautiful display of shockbriar in Anthem's Royal Conservatory. From Joy of Botany by Tansy Hull. The fire is annoying, yeah. So you guys know what I'm talking about. Frozen again? Yes, there's also electricity, fire, acid, and I forget what the other one is. I'm sure we're getting to it. Chimeric alloy. When chimeric compound is compressed with existing minerals over a long period of time, the result is chimeric alloy. Thought not as strong or as volatile as amber, it will give you a small charge when the first handled. The alloy is commonly used in crafting and household appliances. Strider consoles, oculets, light bulbs, and of course, decorative paint. Lancers who come across this alloy can harvest it for crafting of weapons or equipment. Chimeric compound. There are a lot of lore. Yes, there is. I'm gonna be here a while. I actually have to do a few chores before I start playing too, so hopefully that doesn't interfere. Lightning, acid, fire. Yup. Ice. This is starting to seem like Pokemon is in the mix too, isn't it? Chimeric compound is a cataclysmic residue is absorbed by plants through the soil. Collecting the plant as chimeric compound, the harvesting of chimeric compound is an ancient tradition. Going back to pre-Legion times, and the compound itself can be traded or used to make items such as gold thread, doorknob polish, soles of shoes, and is notably flavorful in Grabbit stew. Players of all factions can harvest chimeric compound for the crafting of weapons and other equipment. What's good swag? Oh, what? Tyrant Mind? Oh, I am still in tutorial. I'm actually going through the library right now and reading everything for chat. They're thoroughly enjoying it. Apparently there's a lot in here that Amma missed too. Lore in game, not in library. Oh. So I have more to read later on. Well, after I get through all the basic stuff. Did you get the special edition, or whatever it was, swag? So you got the fancy armor? Do you know if it is stat boosting or a skin? So it's just a different skin? Okay. So if you change the way your armor looks, it really doesn't do anything. I see. Swagalicious is good. But is it worth $40? How much is the game? A bunch of other stuff. You got the fancy armor too. Everybody's saying get the fancy armor. I actually do need to go out today, and I think I'll end up putting that on my credit card, which will give me how many VIP codes that I can give away? 3. And you guys already have one. Yeah. Holy crap. I feel honored that you would give me one. Thank you. Did your other one go to Eve? I see. Evie, have you gotten the special edition one yet? Or any of them? Okay, back to the library. Ember, a naturally occurring dangerous byproduct of the Anthem. So Anthem is a thing, used as a foundation for human technology. While active, Ember can be found throughout the Bastion. It is most bountiful through the engineer city of Helios. Legend has it that the Urgoth enslaved humanity because the Urgoth could not manipulate Ember, whereas humans could. Ember is necessary to create a gateway between the human mind and the Anthem, and while excessive exposure to Ember can be dangerous, it is often applied to ciphers during their training. You should find Ember in the wild. It can be harvested to craft remarkable weapons and gear. I like that. You'll be on later today if you want to play together, for sure. You're the tank. That's funny. The Ember is a drop in the game. It made it sound like a thing. Ripstream, a strong wild that limits the height of the javelin propulsion. Ripstream can also be experienced when on leaps from a cliff, only to enter a vague grayness, then arrive suddenly near where one started. The Arcanists have long studied the buffeting winds in our upper atmosphere. There has been little agreement on or proof of their cause. In early 200s, there was a popular belief that the Shapurs wished to keep creatures limited to a certain area, as if remaining close to the ground was part of a larger plan. Less suspicious minds believe the ripstream is due to the size of our moon and atmospheric variables. So there's a sky limit, and they call it ripstream. Northern Bastion. Nestled between the Sunderic Sea and the mountain, Northern Bastion has a plethora of shipper constructs and historical Legion of Dawn architecture, including the Fortress of Dawn. The population of this area has depleted greatly since the tragic destruction of Freemark and the subsequent mass exodus of the Arcanist settlement of Shadowmark. For Tars, the halfway point between Anthem and the cities of Freemark and the Helios, respectively, is the only settlement that remains in this area. You got common, uncommon, rare, and epic embers. Okay. That's good to know. Holy crap. Districts. I'll be right back. You got stuck on the rep stream multiple times? Of the game, even if this is interesting as fuck. This is still the prequel to the game. This is something that nobody goes into. This is where I have to be. Hey you, can you get me a water, please? Go. Okay, so Darkwood Barrens. This is a place where Ardern Vesa stood when building the Fortress of Dawn. It's said that Vesa's use of Ember was so powerful that it scorched the earth around him, changing the vegetation here forever. The Darkwood Barrens is also the name of the satirical poem by humorist Costanza. The poem refers Darwindel, a royal prince who was also a famously inept lancer, thought none in Autumn's court dare point it out. Okay, this is killing me. Holy lore. The verse recounts his supposed visit to Vortress, where he battled insects and not much else, and caused a scandal in Anthem Society. You live streamed yesterday? Oh, nice. What is this? On YouTube? There's no more water?
No, no more work.
Oh.
I'm just gonna give you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Now go get warm. Oh no. There's chapters here, and I have a Farian poem to decipher. 'Twas lithy in brimley gloves. Did in the dark wood tarry Fionn with swarms of brothers Flackent Rose and Darwindel did lance again. When the pokes and pots were done, not an insect did dare to shave or Dell had fallen off the stove. The Sco, and the dark wood tarry Finn. Okay. I read it. It was terrible. I can't English. Not that one. Never again. Exile's Arch. This pass leading to the Fortress of Dawn has long history, not just as one of the Legion's defensive posts, but being the place they exiled once of their own. The Legionnaire Verathon had murdered his friend Felix out of jealousy, and Tars decided he should be banished rather than have legionnaires spill human blood. Today, Exile's Arch is still a key location for the banished as the primary location for outlaw hostage exchange. When the authorities fail to arrive for a hostage exchange, captives are left alone at the hanging tree, where they are more than likely to be eaten by wildlife. Dark. Exile's Arch, everybody. Watch out for the hanging tree. First refuge. I, Governor Tanner, do hereby approve the commencement of the extension of Fort Terrace. With this radio tower, the Emperor gives his sentinels leave to patrol and coordinate the building of New Dawn for Fort Terrace, and the people flooding in every day to take part in the exciting work here in Honor Valley. From Transcript and Arcanist Records. I'm sorry to say I think we should have halt the extension for Fort Terrace to First Refugee until these strange creatures can be dealt with, which freelancer Gurney assures me will be a week at most. But the rest assured we will finish the project on time and on budget. Okay. So, a city. They're trying to expand. First refugee. Morning's Edge. An expansion of Forest Dawn. Morning's Edge was abandoned when Erden Vesa locked the fortress and went to Anthem. In recent years, it has become a favorite romantic spot for Lancers due to its prominence in the Crimson Lancer radio program. Kista, Morning's Edge? Why did we come here? Araxis, the same reason everyone else does. Delaro, will you marry me? Kista, will I? Yes. Oh, Garaxis. From the Crimson Lancer radio program. You're golden? Like all gold? Yes. That is awesome.
Hey, Dad.
What?
Look at this.
You found one of Daddy's pens back there where you weren't supposed to get it, didn't you? We'll put it back. No, you're not. Not with my pen, you're not.
Oh, I'm gonna color on this.
This is not for coloring. Don't play with my stuff. Feel it. Feel it. Right there. It's all sticky now. Go wash your hands. Wait, what? Mata? I haven't seen you in a while. What's good? Chat, if you don't know who Mr. Mata is, go check him out. He is an amazing streamer. Go hit that follow button, show some of the Sonic love. Mata, thank you so much for the follow or for the host. Have I read this one yet? Yes. Okay. So we have the Prating Falls. While much of Valanthra's history has been lost, the story behind Prating Falls remains. All of the anarchists who live and thrived in Valanthra, none was more famous than Yurth Radian and Astronomics disciples. Not only did he map the cycles of the moons, but he was notoriously clumsy and was often tripping over himself. His mentor always said, Pradian, one day you're going to fall to your death. And then one day, while lunching at the particularly slippery waterfall, his mentor's prophecy came true. Falls serve as a reminder that not every danger has teeth or comes out of a cataclysm. Do not text and walk people. Tars Falls. These falls, considered the most beautiful in the region, were named after the legendary general of Legion of Dawn, Helena Tars. It is not, however, a place she actually fell in the late 300s. Maldiset went over the falls in peril and lived to tell, starring a brief fad with use in times of Honor Valley boom. Tarsus Forest. His most notable in forests are the fierce-looking statues of an unknown beast reminiscent of the Hound of Honor Valley, meant to frighten wildlife and keep them away from the settlement. These statues are found along most major strider pathways in Fort Tarsus area and were given the nickname the Happy Anzu. But could this beast have once existed? Ancient Anzu, arcan is, I think so. Arcanists. Why don't they just call them scientists? This is killing me, chat. It's killing me. It's wrong. That's why it's hard for me to read it that way. The Solarium Court. In the time of the Urgoth, free humans lived underground, and with the Urgoth defeated, humans sought to live above ground in the open. An engineer and arcanist set out to build a wondrous solarium where people from all over could find peace, reflection of nature. Of course, that didn't go so well. The project had to be abandoned halfway through the construction when the workers were eaten by a pack of brutes. The moral learned from Solarium Court is that looking for peace in nature is impossible. So they built a temple, a peaceful temple, and all got eaten by ravagous monsters. Solarium Court, ladies and gentlemen. Solarium Court. The Watchtower of Arath. According to Garrett's The Volume of Terrace, Arden Vasa built the citadel of Arath along the high roads as a base of operations for lancers to keep watch over the Strider Path. While Arcanists placed time of the citadel's destruction before the shadow fell on Anshur, there has been speculation over what would have demolished such large structure. And while chimeric compound is present, there is not enough evidence to support the theory of cataclysm. In recent years, there has been support of the idea of a titan having wreaked havoc, as stated in Delathy's The Freelancers 3. So this might have been the work of the legendary titan that the legendary Freelancer took down. Philanthra. While not as large as Asher, Philanthra was thriving Canis Academy created by Arden Vasa, dedicated to specific studies of astronomy and the mystery of Shapur's rings. Record of Philanthra's destruction has been lost, but tales passed down from Arcanist to Arcanist say that it was decimated when Shapur rings became active. Beware the Shapur rings. It is. There's stuff in it? Whoa. I'm not still breaking up in my chat. Okay, good. Because I have my noise gate on. My TV is, well, the speakers are within like 3.5 feet from me, and you can't hear. What is this? Paw Patrol playing right next to me. It's great. I love it. Turtle Beach, sponsor me. I will totally start sending out advertisements because I love your product. But until then, I have a headset and it's awesome. We've got histories now? Oh man, I thought I already went through history. Cataclysms, a violent, unpredictable disturbance created when the anthem of creation overwhelms a Shapur instrument. They often appear as an intense storm while the What? What? Do you need attention? Come here. Come here, I'll read this to you. Come here. What? Okay. Well, take a treat, puppy. Go play. What, do I have to make you do a trick? Sit. Stand up. Stand up. Turn around. Now go put this back. Stop dropping things on my floor. Okay. Cataclysms. An unpredictable disturbance that created when Anthem of creation overwhelms a ship or instrument. They often appear as an intense storm. While one cataclysm may create a bizarre new wildlife, another may shake the ground and force rivers to flow backwards. The only thing certain about cataclysm is that it cannot be predicted. From Cataclysms and Their Effects, First Edition. Okay. Beware of the cataclysms. Echoes. Pieces of the anthem of creation that often exist as semi-animate globes of energy. Echoes tend to hover around the Shapur relics they escaped from, and can be used to silence cataclysms. Though how and why this is possible is purely theoretical. Rabban Maur's theory of ampliphonic force proposes that when an echo is put into an active Shapur relic, it provides the relic with enough power to countermeasure the anthem, effectively using the anthem to silence itself. Arcanist Boyan Hull believes that the anthem cannot stand coming into competition with another creative force and retreats back to the relic. Neither theory has effectively been proven. While echoes are not as volatile as the anthem, attempts to use them in human technology have had catastrophic effects and is generally avoided. Over time, echoes deteriorate and aid formation of chimeric compounds and alloys in soil and groundwater. Cool. Anthem of creation. The source of pure creation and Shapur is used to create the world. The anthem has existed since the beginning of time and permeates all aspects of existence. The anthem has been subject to much of debate over its origin, limits of if humans should attempt to channel it. Some believe it is nothing more than a theory and a myth. Famed Arcanist Meteorines The anthem is not a toy or a tool. It does not serve to help anyone but itself. The anthem will always be an unknowable, ever-changing tune. It has a will. It must create, for it is creation. And that way it must also destroy, for creation and destruction are merely two edges of the same sword. It cannot be tamed, and for it to be controlled would be unimaginable. Anthem of creation. A heart of rage, really? An unending, violent cataclysm created when the Dominion attempted to seize control of Shapur relic known as the Centipath. The ensuing force destroyed the city of Freemark. The Heart of Rage is like no cataclysm we've seen before. The wind throws around enormous debris like children's toys. Striders have little chance of surviving the cataclysm intact, and Lancers have died attempting to travel inside. There is no immense solution, but if its expansion remains unchecked, the creatures and destruction it creates will ravage the countryside. Shadowmark has already been evacuated. Fort Terrace may eventually be next. The cataclysm affects everything. Wyvern, once rare to this land, burn up the countryside. The Emerald Abyss is now the source of unexplained disappearances, and Shadowmark is sinking into the ground. And Titans, creatures that nearly faded into myth, broke through the shadow lock and are stomping closer to Fort Tarsis. How soon until they breach the Anthem lock and destroy our city on a whim? Shapur ruins. Massive ancient Shapur constructs shattered throughout our world. Ruins are classified differently than relics. Not only are ruins often an enormous size, but some do not appear to be capable of accessing the anthem of creation. Possibly those ruins were used strictly for structural purposes. Determining a ruin's origin or intended purpose is a matter of educated guesswork rather than proof. The Shapers, humanity's name for the supreme beings that created the world itself. It is a long-held belief that the Shapers used the anthem of creation to build all aspects of our existence, but had to depart suddenly, leaving their tools behind and our world unfinished. Although they are called the Shapers, their exact number is not known, and all details of motives are purely speculation. Interesting. So our creation for Anthem is called the Shapers. Okay, so the Arcanist runes, an ancient form of coded communication unknown to modern Arcanists, with only a few accounts of unseen messages being used to pass information to allies during times of war. Runes became a victim of their own legacy of obfuscation. Their existence was questioned and outright denied by scholars for centuries. With their recent rediscovery, scholars believe the runes can be a treasure trove of long-forgotten knowledge. Cool. Runes. General Helena Tarsis. So this is where the special armor came from. The first Lancer and leader of Legion of Dawn. Lancer. Okay, so General was a Lancer. Helena Tarsis is humanity's most revered and celebrated hero. The volume of Tarsis claims that she was the lone survivor of an escaped group of slaves. Thought the general reportedly spoke little about her past. Tarsis, her husband Gard, and the chronicler and inventor Arden Vasa recruited and trained an army to overflow the Urgoth. At the Dawn Gates, Tarsis fell in battle, preventing the Urgoth's final act of vengeance, the attack on human settlement of Anthem. Sometime after her death, she was reportedly spotted near Asher, prompting the belief that she would rise again and inspiring construction of Helena's Walk Temple. Interesting. She might still be alive. Later DLCs, maybe? Legion of Dawn. The Lancers. Oh, this is the special armor people. Everybody who pre-ordered the game and spent the extra, what, 30, 20 bucks? Legion of Dawn. No, Eve! Okay, we're gonna have to wait. We're gonna have to wait before we continue this. I gotta chase my little one down again, Annie. Alright, so Lancers who first created javelins fought back against Urgoth oppressors and won humanity's freedom. General Tarsus led the human revolution while piloting the first javelin invented by Arden Vassa. The Legion's ranks included notable heroes like Sanandine, Littrell, and Magna Straw. Their tragedies and triumphs were recorded by Garrod the Chronicler in Bastian's most famous book, The Volume of Tarsus, though the text was printed long after Garrod's death. Interesting. Alright, last one. Signets and crowns. A signet is a personalized item inserted into the crown of a machine to establish a mental link between technology and the human mind. Since most machines that require a mental link have been tuned for a specific user, operating a machine with a foreign signet can be difficult and unsatisfactory. Cool. So they're like coded to your little hand machine thing.